In a time long ago when the boundary between dream and reality was thinner than a veil of fog, there lived an ancient creature known as the Sandman, the man of sand. No one knew where it came from, or whether it was created by the gods or born of the shadows of night. But everyone knew his power. He was the guardian of sleep, the lord of dreams and nightmares. It was said that every night while the world fell asleep, the Sandman walked silently between the houses, invisible to human eyes. He carried with him a sack filled with fairy sand, collected on the banks of the river that flowed between the realm of waking and that of dreams. With light fingers, he dropped a pinch of that golden powder on the eyes of the sleepers. To those who had been good and pure of heart, he gave wonderful dreams, visions of enchanted gardens, starry skies, and worlds never seen. To those who sowed evil, they brought terrible nightmares, in which the shadows danced and time was dissolved like ash in the wind. But not all of them slept when the Sandman passed. It was said that curious children, those who were determined to stay awake, could see his figure in the darkness, a tall and thin man with a long coat of moon dust and eyes glittering like shooting stars. Some people said they saw his hand move as fast as the wind, spreading its thin and bright sand. Others swore that the Sandman had eyes of shadow and fingers of bone, and that he took away sleep from those who dared to challenge him. There was an old legend, feared by all. If someone had resisted sleep for too many nights, the Sandman would not be limited to bring dreams or nightmares. He would go into his room and pour too much sand into his eyes until they burned, until he was blind in the light of day. Some said she would take him with her to her hidden kingdom, where time does not exist and dreams come true, but never as we remember them. So every night the world fell asleep under the silent touch of the Sandman. And every morning the thin layer of sand at the corners of his eyes was the only sign of his passing. But was it really just dust? Or was it the memory of a dream left in the middle? Only the Sandman knew the answer. This is the legend of the Sandman, also known as Man of the Sand, has its roots in European folklore, with interpretations ranging from the benevolent dream bearer to the sinister spirit that torments those who do not sleep. The Sandman has origins in the Germanic and Scandinavian traditions, where it is said to be a night spirit that spreads magic sand on children's eyes to make them fall asleep and dream sweetly. The name Sandman comes from this fairy dust that leaves a slight residue in the eyes in the morning, interpreted as dream sand. But the Sandman has not always been a reassuring figure. In its oldest version, linked to the Nordic fairy tales and medieval beliefs, it had a dark side, linked to nightmares and eternal sleep. But did it really exist? No, in fact, that dust, or sand in children's eyes, is a study theorized and concluded thanks to science. The substance found in the corners of the eyes when you wake up, commonly called sand of the Sandman, is actually a physiological secretion produced by the eye during the night. This residue, known as nocturnal lacrimal secretion or CISPA, is formed due to reduced eyelid activity and the reduced elimination of impurities during sleep. During waking, the tear film covers the eye surface with a protective layer of water, lipids, and mucin. This layer is responsible for keeping the eye hydrated, providing oxygen and protecting it from external agents such as dust and bacteria. The beating of the eyelids helps to distribute the tear film evenly and remove debris, but at night this cleaning mechanism is less active, allowing secretions to accumulate. The composition of the ocular sand is a mixture of mucus produced by the conjunctiva, lipids secreted by the glands of meibomius, dead epithelial cells, and small particles of environmental dust. Tears also contain antibacterial proteins such as lysozyme and lactoferrin, which fight microorganisms and contribute to the formation of night residue. During sleep, these components combine with each other and, without a regular blink that eliminates them, they accumulate at the corners of the eyes or along the edge of the eyelashes. The amount and consistency of secretion may vary according to several factors. Under normal conditions, it is a small amount of whitish or transparent material, easily removable in the morning. However, if the residue becomes abundant, dense, or yellowish or greenish in color, it may indicate inflammation or infection such as bacterial conjunctivitis or blepharitis. Dry eye or allergic reactions can also increase the production of this secretion, making it thicker and sticky. The reason why this phenomenon is particularly evident in the morning is related to the reduced activity of the tear drainage system. Normally, tears flow through small channels called tear spots, located in the inner corners of the eye, but during the night the tear flow is very reduced and secretions accumulate. In addition, mucin production by the conjunctiva increases, creating an environment where mucus, along with other components, tends to settle.